Let's see anybody pop up in here. If they do, I'll get off the phone. Normally, be people already in there waiting. Talk about this Nolan Wells stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw where the guy named Bart family sent a cease and desist order to one of the people who pretty much made some statements that they believe are not accurate, but there's nothing they can do. You can't tell these people they can't talk about things that are official records. So I think that's interesting because if they lose a lawsuit, that means that you gotta keep them close. So come on.
Top of it, top of it. What's up, Jay, baby? Where you from? Nah, I hear you. So look, I'm finna go. I got people on my live. I'm gonna call you back when I get done. All right. Jay, baby, what's up with it? Where you from? Where you from? We gonna get on this Nolan. Well, Cali, what part? Vegas in the house. What's going on today, man? Make sure you share this. And I just want to dip up into some of this Nolan Wells stuff. Man, what's up, Mr. Exit? How you feeling? What's cracking? Where you from? And what's the coach, man? I am a life coach, amongst other things. Financial consultant. Inglewood, whoopty whoop. What? Yeah, man. Love your city, man. I heard it's a little hot out there right now with all these people, man. Columbus, Georgia. Okay. Columbus, Georgia. Man, I just left Atlanta a couple weeks ago. Make sure you guys like that when y'all slide in the room, man. We're going to talk about some Nolan Wells stuff. I'm going to break it down in case a lot of you guys don't know me. If you new to my live, hey, man, I'm excellent. I am prior law enforcement. I'm prior played in the streets after law enforcement. I don't make a whole lot of videos about this whole Nolan Wells incident, but I'm finna break down some stuff, and I want your guys' questions because a lot of people got a lot of questions on how the case is being handled, how come ain't nobody got arrested immediately, so on and so forth. And I just want to chop it up with you, man, and give you guys some game. What's up, Fabian? What's up with you? Make sure you share this. Go ahead and share the live, and we'll kind of get started in a few minutes because this is really going to be like a question and answer type thing. You know what I mean? Elizabeth, that's right. Justice for Nolan, because what's going on with him is foul. Thank you. I'm glad you're doing good. And I'm gonna share some with you guys too. I'm gonna have to go get my law enforcement yearbook to actually show you guys some things. But I can tell you off the rip, that Sheriff Ledbetter is a racist. I can tell you off the rip. Oh, and J Baby, thank you for that gift. I just noticed that. Thank you for that gift, J Baby. Appreciate that. I just noticed that. J Baby, okay. Right there. Look, if you look at the bottom banner, I do consultations minimum 1 hour. Okay. You can text me at this number right here. 323-494-9010. 323-494-9010. My Zelle is there. Thank you for the gift, Elizabeth. We're not doing no cash apps. Do not send any cash apps, people. No cash apps. No cash apps. If you guys are gonna donate to the channel, please send a Zelle. I'd rather you not even send it here because I don't even get it. I only get it like a third of it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jay Baby, I'm a financial consultant, and I do give that financial advice. You have to get a consultation with me, minimum of an hour, and I have you right, man. We'll FaceTime. It's confidential, and trust me, information works. Guys, like I said, a little bit about me, man. I'm 49 years old. Prior law enforcement, played in the streets for a little bit, delivered by Christ for 9 years. Fitness enthusiast. I dropped 122 pounds in 1 year. You know, I got an 8-pack at age 49. Go through a look at my community, man. Y'all can check out the pictures. But so yeah, I do online coaching. Definitely a lot of life skill stuff because man, we gotta start to do better, especially our young men, and make better choices. And I do give those consultations and definitely finances. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. Look, you see the banner at the bottom of the screen, Fabian? 32349. Hold up, I'll tell you. Hold up. 323. Hold up. 33494. All right. There we go, right there. That's where you can reach me at for a consultation, guys. And remember, it takes money to make money. I often ask people before I get. I often tell people this, ask people this, and no matter who you believe in, what your higher power is, would you rather have $1 million or would you rather have favor with God? My thing is, I'd rather have favor with God. So the thing is, would I rather spend some money and make? Would I rather spend whatever 100, 200, 300, 500, even 1,000 to make 100,000? Hell yeah! But that's just my decision. You dig? Yeah, favor all day long over money. But we're definitely going to get into this, man, guys. Make sure you hit the like button when you smashing up in here, because like I said, this is going to be some question and answer as well. I'm just going to go through some things, you know, starting at the beginning, as I see it, some things that the sheriff said and what's going on, and I can answer any questions law enforcement related, because a lot of people want to know how come it ain't been no arrest. People want to know about the autopsy. People want to know about the phone. People don't think that the police is moving fast enough, and I'm gonna tell you why. You dig it? What's up, Eric? How you been, man? What's up, Eric? How have you been? How have you been? But yeah, man. Make sure you hit the like button when you're coming up in here, so they know that I'm doing, you know, some cool little work. Right. So we're gonna get into this Nolans Wells thing. Now, first of all, here's a disclaimer. Guys, if you've never been in my chat before, guys, I'm not with all the trolling. Okay, I'm a funny guy. I like to have fun. This is a serious subject. We all grown in here. Everybody is welcome in my chat. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your sexuality is. I don't care about your political affiliation. None of that matters over here in my chat, okay? I'm not like that. So we're going to get to it. And don't get offended by anything that I say either, please. And I'm not going to offend you. We all grown. If you need some help, man, guys, tap in. That's the number right there at the bottom. You got my email. You can contact me. You have a business line you can text me at, and we can get these things moving, man, because a lot of these consultations help, man, especially you guys. If you're having a hard time, you feel like kind of like you're in a rut, and you feel like, you know, your life might not be going anywhere, and you need a good quick start, man. I have a 30-day program that will not only change your body, but it'll change your mindset and give you some better habits. And I'm telling you that with my 30-day program, if you are in a relationship, especially if you live with your woman or your man or whatever your preference is, even your kids, it'll bring you closer as a family. I promise you that. Fabian, I appreciate that. Thank you. Has everybody come in here, smash that like button? Hey, before we get started, do me a favor. Can we get a roll call? Because I want to know who's in here and where's everybody from. You know, I like to talk to people from different places. You know, I like to know where everybody's from. So I'll start with me. Let me get a roll call here. Let me know where everybody's from. And I don't want you guys to be shy asking no questions either. That's right, Fabian. You are a long-time follower. You're definitely a long-time follower. So yeah, let me know where everybody's from. Say Las Vegas. Okay. Let's see who else we got in here. Anybody else gonna give up they let me know where they from? Are you guys shy? Don't get shy on me. Because and also before I get started, Georgia. Oh, what part of Georgia? What part of Georgia? Here, let me show you something, Sarah. I love Georgia. Let me show you what I did in Georgia, what I went to Georgia to do. Let me show you what I went to Georgia to do. I'm gonna show you what I went to Georgia to do. Tell me if this looks familiar right here. There goes the sunrise. See it in the back. Stone Mountain, Georgia. 7-11, 710. Look, you come over the water, man. It's just so beautiful and peaceful. There goes. That's Stone Mountain, Georgia. Oh, man, the sun is about to come up over the water. Sunrise. That's Stone Mountain, Georgia, man. First time I went to Atlanta, man, I went there just so I could climb Stone Mountain, Georgia and watch the sunrise. Can you dig it? Beantown. Okay, Summerlin. That's what's up. All right, guys, let's get into it, man. Okay, so we got Nolans Wells, Atlanta. That's right, it's the Stone. We got your boy Nolans Wells, okay? It all started where they first were saying that his friends on the boat might have unalived him, right? Now, in the beginning, everybody was saying, oh, man, they took him. Because I'm going to take y'all, I ain't going to make this a long live, but I'm going to get straight to it. And please throw your questions out. Any questions that you have about this case and law enforcement related, please ask so I can give you some better understanding. So Nolans Wells, we all know he's gone. He's expired. Okay. So we're going to start with this Sheriff Ledbetter. Sheriff Ledbetter, first of all, should not have gotten on that television and said that, oh, he looks like he appeared to have drowned. That was the first mistake. I'm going to tell you why. From being ex-law enforcement, I've seen death in every way except somebody being burned to death. That's the only way I haven't seen somebody. Now, the thing is, I'm going to ask you guys, what does a person look like that was drowned? Better yet, what does a drug dealer look like? What does a shoplifter look like? What does a thief look like? What does a murderer look like? You can't look at nobody and just tell that they drowned. I'm sorry. It don't work like that. That was the first problem with this. He shouldn't have said that. Now, I believe that was an accident. But then again, it may not have been an accident. I'm going to tell you why. I believe off the rip, I believe that because this judge had her stepson involved, because when we dealing with these small ass towns in Mississippi, right? Oh no, a polygraph is not admissible in court. No. And trust me when I tell you, it's easy to beat a polygraph test. A polygraph test is not admissible in court. And if you ever taken a polygraph test, it's a very cold room. They're gonna put a little cord around your front, on your stomach, and on your chest and your stomach, your finger in this thing, and they're gonna ask you some questions. Actually, they're gonna tell you the question that they're gonna ask you first, and then they're gonna ask you the set of questions twice. But it's not admissible in court. Okay, so off the rip, I believe that the judge involved in this, right? Whose son is involved in this, that they play a big role. Now, in my opinion, I'm not going to say, I don't believe that Nolans Wells was targeted because he was black. I'm going to say that. I don't believe that. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because Nolans Wells looked like one of them black dudes that thought he was a white dude. He looked like his friends was white. You hung out with nothing but white kids since you was younger. You know, this is what he did. These are facts. See, sometimes sometimes, man, sometimes you get black people, man, just because you might have light skin and your friends is white, you might think that you are part of what they got going on. And brother, you're not white. At the end of the day, you might be light, but you ain't white. And I don't know if y'all noticed the black dudes like Nolan Wells and his friends. Fabian, I definitely think some of it is some jealousy. I got a few theories. But jealousy, definitely, I think some of it has to do with jealousy because he was the only one that had a woman. And you have to understand something. And guys, if you Caucasian up in here, I don't mean no disrespect from anybody, Hispanic or whatever. But there are certain Caucasian men who do not like the fact that a black person will be dating a white girl. Hold up. So hold up. Let me clean this up. Nobody get upset. You have some Hispanic people that do not like the fact that a black man, let me put this out here, a black man is dating Hispanic women. So let me flip it around. You have black people, black women who don't like the fact that a black man will be dating a white girl. So it's all the way around the bubble, man. I don't care what race it is. It's for some guys, I'm not like that, right? I believe you date whoever you love, whoever make you feel good. Guys, I like who like me, man. But we gonna talk about that white flesh, and I'm gonna get into some slavery things, guys. And don't be offended by this. Anything I tell you can look up, especially you young people in here, man. If you're Caucasian, don't get mad. When you go back to the slavery days, people, and I can show you anything I'm telling you, I can show you. Anything I can tell you, I can show you. Man, the Caucasian male have been fascinated with the black man's penis for quite some time, for years. Fascinated with the black man's penis, okay? And if you're a black person here, man, let me give you some game, man, of how this stuff used to go. Back in the day, you know, when you in the slavery days, there was this one particular slave, right? There was this one particular slave, and his slave master and mistress, they kept him chained to the bed with like a chain around his ankle, and he was chained to the bed in their bedroom, okay? In their bedroom. He was not allowed to wear any clothes. He was naked at all times. Listen, he was hung all the way down to his kneecap. He was hung all the way down to his kneecap. And he was his slave masters and mistresses' toy. Yeah, just like black women dating white, like guys. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't care about that. I like who like me. Guys, I'll date somebody if she purple. As long as she treat me right, I'm here. But I'm just stating facts, so we all gonna be grown here. But it was a slave owner, man, who used to keep their slave. He had a eggplant that went past his kneecap, and that was their play toy. So people have been fascinated with the black man's penis for quite some time. And to go a little further, if you guys ever done some traveling, if you ever done some traveling and you go down to the Caribbean, you should wonder, like, how these black people get down there. So let me give you some game of how a lot of black people got down there. Not only because that's why you got so many black people in Haiti, the Dominican, they speak Portuguese in Brazil. You got Central America, they speak your French Creole. You got black people down there. So what they used to do with a lot of slaves out here, and this is why a lot of us black people are against each other to this day. It's programming, because this is what they would do with slaves who were out of control, that they couldn't handle. They would take them down to the Caribbean and they would 4-point them. They would lay them on their stomach and tie them out with their arms out, tie them down, and they would take another black man, right, with something like this. They would take another black man with something like this right here, right? and they would have that man take his manhood in front of everybody. So that way it served as it was almost like a reminder. It was a warning. Like, if you get out of line, this is what will happen to you. This is where sagging came from. This is where they would make them, the slaves, sag their pants. So now when these slaves went to the penitentiary, their pants would be down. And that's how other people knew that they had already been broken and they were basically homosexual now. You dig what I'm saying? So I need you guys to know that people have been fascinated with that. Now, guys, it's a different day and age, but Nolans Wells, man, he's dating that white girl. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And he's with his friends. And some of them people was jealous as hell they jealous as hell. You hear the argument on the phone. You hear the argument on the call. You hear the argument on the call. So when they called in, did you notice, guys, did you notice how calm? Do you notice how calm he was for somebody who is supposedly, their boat is sinking? I don't know about you guys, but if my boat was sinking and I'm in the middle of the water, I'm going to be nervous as hell. Guys, throw up a 7 if you felt that he was way too calm for somebody who their boat is sinking. Let me know that. Throw 7 up, please. That's right, Sarah. I believe that too. Sarah. Off the rip. Okay. So now they're making that 911 call. Our boat, we got a membership. Now in the background, you hear it. Nolan's dead. Nolan, wake up. See, because you got to remember, guys, you got to put your mind in the state of an 18, 19-year-old kid. You still a kid at that point. See, they thinking when you pick up the phone that the operator got to get back to you, right? But that's an AI operator. They're recording everything. And you hear it in the background. Like, no, Nolan's dead. Nolan, wake up. Nono's dead. So we gonna see, hold up. Hey, Fabian. Now stay with that, man. Stay with that, Fabian. Stay right there, Fabian. So that's what I'm feeling. So listen, they all drank. They was drinking. They were all drinking. Now here's my thing. Guys, like I said, I'm prior law enforcement. It don't take that long for a toxicology report to come back. Matter of fact, if you pass away and narcotics played a part in why you passed away, they can tell you when they do an autopsy that narcotics was the reason why you died. And they can tell you what's in your system. All the toxicology report is going to tell you, the toxicology report is only going to tell you, how much of something was in somebody's system. See, when you start getting into that toxicology, it'll say, say somebody's doing booger sugar, right? They can tell if, oh, you know what, he accidentally overdosed today because he didn't have that much in his system. They can check your hair. No one got hair. They can see how long drugs have been in your system with the toxicology and how much of what is in your system. If you use his leg hanging in the boat, they can tell how much is in your system. So being that they already had an autopsy, guys, I've never seen anything like this in my life where they have not released an autopsy report. I've never seen it. This is brand new to me, because let me give you some facts. When Caucasians pass away, people, They normally will bury a Caucasian person within the next couple of days because we start to change colors. I've seen many dead bodies. Yeah, the oldest dead body that I saw, man, he had been passed away dead for 2.5 months, and it was something serious. Yeah, well, yeah, Nolan was on that boat. So what I believe, so remember, look at where I'm going with this, guys. So Nolan, so they were all drinking. They were all drinking. But here's the thing. You got some of their friends that said that Nolan's group of friends were known for using a type of drugs. Oh yeah, Tabitha. Oh, I know Mississippi is the most racist state in the country. Tabitha, my family's born and raised in Louisiana at the top of the boot. Shreveport, Delhi, Tallulah, Monroe. That's where my family from. So the other friends already said that Nolan's friends were known for having illegal narcotics and using them. So I know y'all don't want to hear this, and Nolan's parents don't want to hear this because this is why his parents look bad, right? This is why Nolan's parents look bad because they're saying our son wouldn't have been drinking, he wouldn't have been doing any of that. He had a football, some first football on Monday. Well, you never know what your kids are doing because I'm going to say this. If they were on that boat doing narcotics, Nolan was too. You ain't the only one. You're not going to be on the boat with people that you know to use a bunch of narcotics and you ain't doing it too. You just sitting back watching. Hey, Don, that's a whole nother live. You're not going to lead me to believe that. I believe what happened while they're drinking because you see many videos of them trying to fight, breaking up fights. Oh yeah, I thought you wanted to fight. Just other clips. That's how these young people are, man, when they get to drinking. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's what happened on the boat. People start scrapping. Nolan in shape, right? They might have held him down because he definitely was hitting his head. He was definitely hitting his head because his head was soft. He definitely was hitting his head. You understand me? Now the throat part, I don't know about that. See, because sometimes it is part of a procedure. When you're doing an investigation, it is not uncommon to keep parts of the body. See, what the average public don't know, a lot of the public Video's friends stating that they were trying to make him take. Okay. So see, Fabian, he may have felt the peer pressure because this is why we keep it a stack with Coach One Stack over here. Make sure you like this. Make sure you tap the button and share it. Make sure you share it. Guys, if Nolan knows that his friends use these drugs, right? Then why the hell are you getting on the boat with them in the first place? You understand me? If I know that my friends are drug users, they ain't even getting in my car. I'm not even getting in their car, let alone going anywhere with them. But he definitely was hit. Okay? Now, they found Nolan on the beach. He was down with it. He was down with it. This ain't the first time. This is what I'm trying to say. It's turning into a racial thing now, but Nolan was one of them black dudes that hung out with white dudes. Just like you flip it around, you got some white dudes that hang out with black dudes and think they black and act black. You got white girls who hang out with black girls and think they black and act black. You got black girls that hang out with white girls and act white. You got black dudes that hang out with Hispanics and act like they Spanish, Mexican. It happens. You got Mexican people that act black, that act white. That's just what they do. Okay. So what I'm saying is, yeah, Ben Crump's not that smart, because here's what Ben Crump should have done. Listen to me, guys. This is what Ben Crump should have done. Ben Crump should have never announced that he was going to do a private autopsy. I need y'all to understand something. Ben Crump, man, hold up. Sit tight. Stay right here. Don't go nowhere. See, stay right here. Don't go nowhere. 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 I got something for you guys. Hold up. Hold up. Okay. Okay, hold on, guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, so watch this. Watch this, guys. Watch this. So now you got a lot of these people like Ben Crump, and you got Al Sharpton. You got Al Sharpton, right? You got Al Sharpton that's sitting up here, man, playing the role. And Al Sharpton, you got the Reverend Al Sharpton playing this role like he's doing something, that he's a goody two-shoe. But man, let me show you who Reverend Al Sharpton is first. You got people trying to get publicity like Ben Crump and the Reverend Al Sharpton. So let me show you about something about Reverend Al Sharpton that you didn't know. Okay, you ready? Let me show y'all something about Reverend Al Sharpton. Let's go. Let's get it. Give me a second, guys. Hold up.
The Smoking Gun website is reporting that the Reverend Al Sharpton, a.k.a. President Obama's #1 cheerleader, that he worked as an FBI informant spying on New York mob figures back in the 1980s. Now, the report, which was featured on the cover of today's New York Post, said Sharpton secretly recorded conversations that he had with the mob. Earlier today, he responded to those allegations during a press conference. Take a look.
I was not and am not a rat, because I wasn't with the rats. I was never told I was an informant with a number. So in my own mind, I was not an informant. I was cooperating with investigations.
Now, tonight, we also have gotten our hands on an HBO Sports video of an undercover FBI agent acting as a drug trafficker negotiating a cocaine deal with none other than Al Sharpton himself. Take a look at this.
I can get a for about $35,000 a kilo, but I got to get more than one. Right. I mean, if we're going to do this thing, no, you talking about some real. 10 kilograms is like it's $350,000. That's a drop in the bucket. We can go bigger. Every kilogram we bring in 3,500 kilos. But that's not. So if we bring in 10, we make 35,000. But that's a check pocket. He can. What he's going to do, he'll do what much more. He can do it, 100 times over. Might do it supply 100 times over.
Now that video is.
Oh, hold up! Wait a minute! Oh, y'all never knew that Reverend Al Sharpton used to be a D-boy, man, and worked for the DEA and got caught trying to buy 10 kilograms. Y'all didn't know that, did you? See, a lot of people, hold up. If y'all want to see that again, man, throw me a 7 up. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, man, if y'all want to see that part again. Oh, yeah, Al Sharpton is a rat informant. Hold up. Here, we're gonna check this video out again. So let me show y'all who Al Sharpton is again, man. Hold up. Let me show you who Reverend Al Sharpton is again. Hold up.
It's reportedly from 1983. With none other than Al Sharpton himself. Take a look at this.
I can get a 99 for about $35,000 a kilo, but I got to get more than one. Right. You know, I mean, if we're gonna do this thing. Oh, you talking about some real? I mean, 10 kilograms is like it's 350,000. That's a drop in the bucket. You know, we can go bigger. Every kilogram we bring in 3,500 kilos. No, that's not. So if we bring in 10, you make 3,500. But that's a chicken pocket.
He can. What he's going to do, he'll do what he wants to do.
He can do it, 100 times over. Might throw the supply 100 times over.
Now that video is.
Now, so I just wanted y'all to know who you was dealing with. Guys, a lot of these people are trying to get publicity. So back to what I was saying. Benjamin Crump, he was trying to get some attention, y'all. This is all some attention. He's doing it pro bono. He should have never showed his hand. He should have never let nobody know he was getting an autopsy done. Because if he had kept his damn mouth quiet, right? If he had kept his mouth shut, they would have came out with their results already, and you still could have took the body and went and did what you did. Man, you got Tyler Perry over here, man. Exactly. You got Tyler Perry popping out because he's getting sued for sleeping with men and trying to assault men for $67 million. You got Colin Kaepernick. Guys, I am a diehard 49ers fan. This is just a Raiders hat because I live in Vegas and I like to match my shoes. I am a diehard 49ers fan. And let me tell you something. Colin Kaepernick, everybody wants their name in the news. Colin Kaepernick, you paid for the autopsy. I mean, you paid to have the body shipped in the autopsy. Well, here's the thing. This is why I quit watching football. It's because of Colin Kaepernick. And I'm a 49ers fan. Colin Kaepernick didn't even fuck with black people. Colin Kaepernick did not even fuck with black people when he went to UNR, Reno, right out here in Nevada, because I know people went to school with him. He was like a Nolans Wells. He thought he was a white boy. He hung out with white boys. It wasn't until Colin Kaepernick got into the NFL, now you get to be 23, 24 years old, and you start reading something about slavery, and you grow an afro, and you fuck the whole game up, y'all. So what I'm saying is you have to watch the intentions of what these people are doing, man. You got to watch the intentions of what they're doing. Everybody want their publicity. Everybody want their shine. But guys, I sit and talk about facts. That's why I don't make a lot of content about this. So now back to the Nolans Wells story. Now, so first off, Mississippi, they thought, because you got to remember, his body was found in an area of the beach. His body was found in an area of the beach where they had already searched, right? His body is found on the beach where they had already searched prior. That means that they dropped him off there. You understand? The judge, her son is there. You don't think if you did something like that, you ain't finna call, you finna go, Mom, man, we accidentally did whatever to Nolan. And she's running the play. The judge is the quarterback, but I need to throw another caveat up in here, people. We got that pool. We got the pictures at the pool, right? We got the pictures at the pool. Okay? That was at the judge's pool. Now, there is an audio recording from one of Nolans Wells' friends, who said, this is what his friend said. Now, I'm just telling you stuff that I heard for a fact. I'm just going through what I heard. I heard the audio. He said that he named off 3 names. Yeah, exactly. He named off 3 names, and he said they were jumping Nolan. Nolan got hit in the head with a metal pole, which would be consistent to that bruising under his head. Because I'm finna tell you how it's a cover-up. Man, stay with me, man. Don't go nowhere. Stay with me. I'm going to tell you how to cover up. He said Nolan was hitting his head with a metal pole. He said that whatever the judge's name, he called her name. I forgot her name. Don't make me lie. He called her name. He said she came out drunk and cussing everybody out and told everybody to get the fuck out of her house. Charlene, Vegas, baby. She told everybody to get the fuck out of her house, and she kept Nolan at her house, right? And he said when he left, Nolan was sitting over the edge, and he was Ashley. Okay, he had blood running out of his mouth, and his friend said that Ashley told Nolan to stay. So let me press pause right here. Let me let you guys understand something. Now, if that's true, because this is one of Nolan's friends that said that, he basically snitched. He said, what is Bart Lord talking about? You people are getting paid off or simply protecting your own because you're out of power. Yeah, Bart, because you can hear it. Now, here's the thing. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. Some people are trying to say that the tape is AI, but let me finish with this theory right here from the video that I heard, from the audio that I heard. It was said that Nolan was left at that house. Okay. And to be quite honest with you, guys, to cut through all the bullshit, all you have to do is track his phone to see where it was at. Oh, that's all you got to do is track his phone. Man, listen, in case you don't know this, let me tell you something. In case y'all don't know this, they can take this phone. If I get up and I walk around my house, right, and I go in one of the rooms in the bathroom, it can tell me how many steps remember, it counts your step. It can tell you which direction and how many steps I took when I stopped. It can tell you everything that I did. They can go back and track his phone back to see exactly where it was at, to find where he passed away at. But now back to the judge's house, because I'm giving you some game. The judge grew up with Nolan's mother. It is a small town. They knew each other. So I want you to think about this. How can you, as the judge, how can you explain? Because remember, you don't want the police to come, right? Because Nolan is fucked up at this point. Nolan is fucked up. This man bleed. How can you tell his mom that he got injured at your house because you were throwing a party where there was underage drinking, narcotics, and this happened to her son? Because that's going to be a lawsuit. Because as soon as the police come, the judge is going to get charged with that for contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and the judge is going to get charged with anything behind that because it went on at their house. Let me share a story with you guys. True story. See, it happened out here in Las Vegas. The same thing happened. You had a district attorney that lived here in Vegas. You got a doctor that they're married. He's a hip doctor. Cool dude. I met him. He did a hip replacement on 3 of my family members. Cool as shit. He is a Golden Knights fan. So what happened at their house was they threw a party, just like there was a party at this judge's house, right? And at that party, they had a lot of underage drinking because their kids were in high school. They were allowing it. And one of those kids left that house drunk, hit somebody, and killed them. And I'm going to tell you, people out here in Las Vegas was in an outrage because they did not prosecute that district attorney and her husband because of the color they were. This is the same type of thing with this judge. Nolans Wells meets his demise. Well, this is a small town. The judge is over the DA. Everybody. Oh, Fabian, you remember that? See, guy, I ain't lying. Okay, you got the judge that has the sheriff in their pocket. If you got the sheriff in your pocket, you got the DA in your pocket, you got the police, you got everything. And I'm telling y'all this for a reason. I'm telling you this for a reason. If the police come and they find all of that stuff, the judge's ass is cooked. Press and pause. Because we're going to get back to that boat in a minute in that recording. Because we don't know exactly what's going on. So I'm giving y'all a lot of perspectives, people. I'm giving you a lot of perspectives, people. Give me a lot of perspectives. You couldn't say it happened there at the house because the judge will go to prison for that. Because and exactly, Fabian, it will be fed time. And let me tell you guys why it would be fed time. Because you're thinking, man, why is it fed time? It's called oppression under the color of law. Oppression under the color of office, oppression under the color of law. That's what that's called when you have a judge, somebody in law enforcement, and they do some shit like that. It's called oppression. You're violating like civil rights, and it's called oppression under the color of law. And you will go to the federal penitentiary. Press and pause. Press and pause. Let me tell you one more story that happened out here at my old police department. Okay? Fabian, I just worked for Metro, bro. I was a cadet. I was a corrections officer. I was a police officer. I was a detective. Okay? So now here's something else. You had 2 officers out here in Vegas. 2 officers. So what they decided to do on their off day was they decided to get up in this beat up car, and they drove to the hood where a lot of Mexicans are at, and they did a drive-by. Somebody passed, right? Thank you, Tabitha. Somebody died. Now, the officer driving told on the other guy that was the shooter, the trigger man. The trigger man went to prison. So the other officer, he thought he got off scot-free, y'all. He didn't get off scot-free. Guess what they came back and hit him with? Oppression under the color of law. Oppression under the color of law. Right? The man got 9 years. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Hold up, guys. Let me show you something, man. Show you I'm not playing. I'm trying to really game y'all up over here. Whoop, whoop. Okay, bam. Can you guys see that? You guys see that? All right, let's go. Former LVMPD officer Christopher Beatty stood Monday when he was sentenced to 9 years in prison for the death of Daniel Mendoza and his father, but his father didn't, however. Mike Brady himself, a law enforcement officer, stood up before U.S. District Judge Philip Pro and a dozen of Mendoza family members and said his son is not a racist. Ignoring the snorts and disbelief from the gallery, Mike Brady said his son may have signed a plea agreement, but the parts that refer to his son's hatred of minorities is blatantly false. And that's a lie because y'all did it to some Mexicans intentionally. That part is a lie. It was the day Chris signed it, and it will be from now on, Mike Brady said. According to authorities, Brady, 27, and his former partner, Ron Morrison, 33, set out in the early morning hours of December 28, 1996, with the intent on harassing Hispanics. Sound like a racist to me. Mendoza, 21, died of a gunshot wound to the chest when Morrison fired a weapon from the vehicle in which Brady was driving. Morrison was convicted as the gunman in 1997 and is serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole in a prison out of state. Brady pleaded guilty in August to 1 count of conspiracy to violate the fair housing and equal property rights of Hispanic residents of Las Vegas. Mike Brady said the racism myth was floated by the prosecution because they need to cinch up the case and was perpetrated by the media. Where is this at? Hold up. I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Man, don't see it. It don't have on there where he was. It don't have on there where he was sentenced for oppression under the color of law. So, guys, now you know. Now I broke down. Now I broke down why the judge, why everything's happening. So the judge could have possibly told them, "Hey, man, we this happened at the house." Because why wouldn't they find his body? Why would they not find Nolan Wells' body on the beach, and you already searched that beach? Okay. See, man, when you pass away and you go through decomposition, after about a couple of hours, you will go through rigor mortis. Okay. And if y'all can, and guys, if y'all stay to the end, remind me to tell you a story about rigor mortis. And I promise you, I'm going to tell you a story so funny. If it's not funny, you can unsubscribe from my channel. But make sure you like this. Make sure you like this live, because I got something. Remember, I got to tell y'all a story at the end about rigor mortis. So he would have rigor mortis. So after 2 days, if he was in that water, his body would be bloated, because when you pass away, the gases in your body cause you to swell up. You actually swell up and you pop. You don't pop and blow up, but your skin expands and you pop and you start leaking out your bodily fluids because you got all kind of gases in you. But see, Nolan Wells' body wasn't like that. Nolan Wells was laying on his stomach with a shirt on in his swimming trunks. Now, why would he be laying on the beach with a shirt on and some swimming trunks and laying on the beach? That means somebody put him there. And that means somebody put him there. That means somebody put him there after they searched. Okay. Now, my guess is because they have those boats behind their house, Nolan Wells was in that house. Nolan Wells' body was in that house. He was in that house where they went and got his phone from. That's where Nolan Wells was at. That's why when they went to go get his phone, they said it was dark in there. It was people in there. The person was acting funny, and they came back and was like, oh, his phone was sitting on top of the Xbox. Who's going to leave their phone sitting on top of an Xbox? See? Because honestly, I don't believe it. Or humor me, people, because I'm going somewhere with this. Okay? You're at the judge's house and you get hit, right? They got the docks behind the house where you get on the boat. The boat that Nolan came on was behind the judge's house at the dock. So imagine Nolan Wells getting hit, right? Everybody's panicking, right? They put him on the boat. In a hurry. They put him on the boat. Because y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. You can't have no dead body up in here. They forget his phone at that house. And now as they're out driving, that's why they kept saying, Nolan, wake up. You heard the tape. Y'all heard it. Nolan, wake up. Wake up. Is he dead? Oh, No's dead. That's because, man, that man got hit in his head. He got hit in his head at the judge's house. The judge can't call the police and tell him what happened, because if the judge called the police, tell him what happened, you have to tell the police how you having an illegal party, you got narcotics, you got underage drinking, and now this stuff didn't happen. And even more than that, because the judge would get sued by Nolan's parents. Man, so they put him on the boat. But they forget his phone in the house. You got to remember, they're 18, 19 years old. It ain't nothing that was planned. So now as they get on that boat and they doing what they doing, now, see, when you get hit in the head, guys, because they said he had that injury. You don't necessarily have to be bleeding when you get hit from a blunt object. You know, anybody will tell you if you ever hit your head, don't go to sleep. I know a bunch of people, I know at least 3-4 people who hit their head and they went to sleep and they didn't wake up. So Nolan Wells is on the boat. Nolan Wells on the boat. His friends that hit him are on the boat, right? And now all of a sudden, he might be going through convulsions, and now they freaking out, and they decide to call somebody. Because now when they made that phone call, they were hella calm. I mean, hella calm. We got a membership. Our boat is taking on water. Man, I don't know about you. I don't own a boat, people. I done been on a lot of boats, but I don't own a boat. But I know if I was on a boat and my boat was leaking and there was water coming on my boat, man, I would be nervous as a motherfucker because I don't want to drown. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't nervous at all. He wasn't nervous at all. And in the background, you hear them saying, no, Nolan, wake up. Get up, Nolan. Is he dead? Oh, Nolan's dead. No-no's dead. They called him No-no. No-no's dead. The boat, the Coast Guard said that they came out. They said they wasn't the Coast Guard, the boat company, whoever tows the boat. They originally said that they towed the boat for 2.5 miles until the boat was able to move by themselves. And they later redacted their statement. They said they didn't. They said they didn't, y'all. They said they didn't. Nolan passed away on that boat. You understand me? This is why everybody has lawyered up. Everybody's lawyered up. You guys, being prior law enforcement, let me explain something to you. Because law, let me explain law. Law is only based off of what a reasonable person would think. And what I mean by that, let me give you an example. If you're walking through the store, right? If you walk through the store and you take this bottle of liquid, I ain't gonna say what of liquid, and you take this bottle of liquid, you stuff it down your pants and cover it with your shirt, and then you walk through the store and you pass all points of payment without attempting to pay and walk out the door, a reasonable person would think that you shoplifted, you stole something out the store because you tucked it, you hid it, you passed all the registers, you never attempted to pay for it. A reasonable person would think that you stole something. That's all law is. That's all law is. And so with Nolan being on that boat, passing away on that boat, these people are scared. Those kids are scared as shit. What do we do? This is why you do not go get a lawyer. You do not lawyer up if you didn't have nothing to do with it. When something like that happens, especially if you are a judge, you want to separate yourself from that as fast as possible. You would want to volunteer. Oh yeah, here, check my boat. Hold up, check my location. Hold up, here go my phone. I ain't had no part of that. Let me give y'all some game, man. Are y'all hit that like button? Have y'all been smashing the like button? Because if you ain't been smashing that like button, make sure you smash the like button. And y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. And I'll be tapping in damn near every day, giving y'all these lives and updates, man. I don't mind doing it, but do the live because I really want you to understand. I don't like people putting bad information out there. I don't like to put bad information out there. And I get tired of fucking reading fake shit. So, guys, when you watch the first 48 hours, let me give you some game. Next time you watch the first 48 hours, I want you to look at the suspect when they put him in the interrogation room. Okay, you'll see those guys in the interrogation room that'll cover up like this and they go to sleep, or they laying on the table like this, they sleep. or they sleep. Those are the guilty ones. The people who up pacing and walking around, those are the innocent ones. I'm gonna tell you why. See, when you're guilty, you go to sleep, you rest, because in your mind, like, whew, it's over. But when you haven't done anything, you can't sit down and go to sleep, because you want them to get in there as soon as possible so you can let them know, no, that shit wasn't me. I could prove that it wasn't me. Here, you can look at every phone, you can look at everything. Let me the fuck up out of here. That's how you know. You don't go get an attorney and lawyer up if you didn't have nothing to do with it. There's no reason to get a lawyer. Why would you get a lawyer? You have nothing to do with it. But as a judge and anyone else, you will want to separate yourself from that. You will want to let them clean the boat. Do you notice they don't want to let them clean that boat? Thank you. Thanks, Creole. Read these comments. Thank you, guys. Man, I appreciate this love. You notice, hold on, the Mississippi autopsy kept Nolan's stroke because he was hit with blunt force trauma to the neck. No, hey, you see me at midnight? Absolutely. Absolutely. So see, you notice they don't want to let them clean the boat. That's the cold thing about law, man. Just because they won't let somebody clean the boat, it don't mean they did it. It don't mean they did it. But we talking about what a reasonable person would think. A reasonable person would think, well, if your boat had nothing to do with it, why not just get yourself out of the mix and let them clean your boat, check your boat? But guess what? The smell is gone after 30 days. The cadaver dog won't get a hit after 30 days. And I guarantee you they didn't bleach that boat down. So we say, where was Nolan? See, the question is because see, Benjamin Crump is, I hate to say this, guys, if you are a black person here, please don't be mad at me for what I'm finna say. Benjamin Crump making us look bad because he talks slow like a motherfucker, like he retarded. He act like he's slow, but he's trying to get some props. Just like he could have released them autopsy interviews, but he wanted to wait till they had an NAACP convention so he can get some props. He only took this case to get some props. That's why. Because the thing is, we need a timeline of when Nolan passed away. They can't do that the second autopsy. It couldn't be determined. You don't know what happened at the first one. Let me give you guys some more game that you might not know. Here's some more game, man, that you might not know. Hey. If you see me at midnight, he can't read. He can't read either. No, he can't read. Let me give you some more game. Let me kind of tell you guys about how I go with dead bodies, people. So, like I said, guys, I'm ex-law enforcement. I found somebody who had passed away. He had been gone 2.5 months. I found plenty of dead bodies, and I know that they're dead. So here's how it goes. They might have the throat dome. So say when you come across a dead body, people, and this is like this in any state. When say I'm a policeman, I come across a dead body. I'm looking at that body. That body can have 20 gunshot wounds in it, and they brains leaking out. Okay, I know they did. But remember, I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. Matter of fact, let's just say, for instance, the person got deleted by gunshot wound at 5 o'clock in the morning. But because they're so busy, the coroner can't get there till 2 in the afternoon. He got shot at 5 in the morning. The coroner can't get there till 2 in the afternoon. When the coroner gets there, that is his time of death. The coroner's going to say, time of death, 2 p.m. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, time of death, 2 p.m. So we don't even know how long Nolan had passed away. So let me tell you some more things on how I know this is a cover-up. Let me tell you how I know this is a cover-up. When the coroner comes, people, let me take my glass off so I can show you. When the coroner comes, people, the coroner is going to do a few things to you. And he did it to Nolan. So there's no way this should not see when. And first of all, when you find a dead body, it is to be treated as a homicide scene until otherwise noted. For evidence purposes, y'all not no fools. For evidence purposes, you got to have your evidence and stuff. You don't want your crime scene to get all messed up. It is to be treated as a homicide. They didn't do that in Nolans Wells' case. So when the coroner comes, he's going to do a few things. He's going to pull your eyelids down like this, look. And he may have done that. The reason why they pull your eyelids down is to make sure that nobody did this to you. Because when people do this to you or do that to you, it breaks the blood vessels in your eye. It's called critical hemorrhaging. Critical hemorrhaging. Right? That's what it's called. It's basically you bust the blood vessel in your eye. They're going to look for that. The next thing they're going to do, they're going to look at your front to make sure you ain't got no holes in you. What's up, Global? They're gonna roll you over, make sure you ain't got no holes in your front or back. And you know what else they're going to do? Guys, let me tell you what else they're going to do. They're going to go around your skull. They're going to fill your head. And they're going to see if you have any soft spots in your head to see if you have been hit in any type of way. They're going to see that if you've been hit. If they would have done that, they would have known, because let's assume that something did happen to his throat. He would have that in his eye. They didn't speak about that. We don't have to assume that he had bruising to his head. You would have felt that as the coroner. And even when you did an autopsy and you see the bruising, right? You would have been came out and said that you were investigating a murder. This is murder. So now, hold up. Now I got to get on Nolans Wells' parents, guys, for a minute. And guys, smash the like button. Man, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you follow him because I'm dropping that good content. Let me put my glass back on. Hold up. Oh. Yes, they would have saw his throat. This is why I'm telling you it's a cover-up. That's why I'm giving y'all the game. I'm telling you it's a cover-up. It starts with the judge. Oh, shit. Man, this person. Okay, well, you know what we're going to do? Man, we're going to report a missing. We're going to go check the beat. We're going to go check the beach. We're going to go check the beach. And now that we didn't check the beach, hey, man, yeah, just go put them on the beach. See, because here's what they hope. Let me tell you what they hope. I can tell you why this is a setup. They already searched the beach, right? So think about it. When you've already searched the beach, if you already know the beach been searched and they went and placed Nolans Wells out there, they pretty much figured, hey, man, ain't nobody going back out to that beach. He going to be out there for 3, 4, 5 days at a time before anybody find him. And by then, guys, when it's hot outside, especially when it's humid, man, it does things to your body, man, overnight. It does stuff to your body overnight, but it just so happened that somebody was that they were flying over and saw his body. So here's the next thing. Hold up. As they're flying over, they see his body. They call the police. They say, hey, we see a body. Now they see a body all of a sudden. It wasn't there the day before. That's because he was placed there after the police did their search. And who would know? God, he showed don't. Who would know? Think about it. If you went to dump a body and you already know they searched that beach, of course you will put him there because you already did a thorough search. It's no reason for them to go back and search that beach. That's why they dumped the body there, people. But even when they found the body, guys, if you notice, there were a group of officers standing around him. You want to tell you why that's fucked up? I'll tell you why that's fucked up. I'm going to tell you why that's fucked up. When you find a body like that, everybody's not going to run in there. You know why? Because you have a crime scene. There could be footprints in the sand leading to all other places. They're going to rope that off from a long distance because you have what's called a dynamic crime scene. Okay? A dynamic crime scene is when there's more than one crime scene. Okay? So say, for instance, somebody came in here and did something to me right here, boom, my home would be the crime scene. But if somebody did something to me here, right, and then they put me in a car and took me somewhere, and then they put me in a refrigerator somewhere, then they took me out and put me in a Corvette, and then they drove me to the beach, those are crime scenes. The car is a crime scene. The Corvette is a crime scene. The refrigerator is a crime scene. The beach is a crime scene. And guess what? Nolan Wells' body is a crime scene. His body is a crime scene. And it is to be treated like a homicide. And all them officers standing around, all you was doing was messing up footprints that could have led anywhere. But we know it wasn't no footprints because they dropped them off by that boat that was conveniently parked behind the judge's house that belonged to one of his friends. See, Nolan Wells was in that house. Nolan Wells was in that house, y'all, when they went to go get that phone. And make sure y'all heard it on my channel first. I'm the one who told you this. When they tracked that phone, see, guys, I'm not gonna blame his parents because I was gonna say his parents ain't that smart. Benjamin Crump ain't that smart. See, you don't keep telling people what you got. You don't keep telling people your leads because as you keep the running your mouth and telling people what you got, you giving people a reason to have an alibi. Man, when you're investigating a murder investigation, you never want anybody to know that they're a suspect. You want everybody to seem friendly so they can keep cooperating with you. Because if they know they're a suspect, because you're having a homicide investigation, everybody's going to clam up and start hiding shit. I know this is making sense. But they dropped that boy off. So now you get the police. So let me show you something. Hold up. Now, I'm finna give you guys some names, right? Look. Okay, guys, throw a 7 up if y'all see those names that I just posted. Throw a 7 up if y'all see the names that I just posted. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to give you some game. Something I can't make this shit up. I can prove it too. Throw a 7 up, people. 7s. Throw me some 7s up. 7s, lots of 7s. Now check this out. You see that name? So check this out. Those names right there, the first one used to be my sergeant when I was a cadet when I was 17 years old. Racist motherfucker from guess where? Mississippi. Racist in the motherfucker. Tried to get me in trouble. Racist motherfucker from Mississippi. The second one, that's his son. Racist motherfucker from Mississippi. Matter of fact, had more than a few, had at least 3-4 shootings of black people. He's on the SWAT team. So are y'all kind of putting this together now with this Ledbetter thing? Because Ledbetter is the one, you got to remember, when the sheriff comes out and says, oh no, you know, it appears that he drowned. It appears that he drowned. See, what they was hoping is that Nolan's parents bought the story. But they fucked up one thing. This is where they fucked up. This is truly where they fucked up. Guys, if y'all know where they fucked up, put it in the comments. Let me see if y'all know. Let me know where they, if you really know where they fucked up at, and put it in the comments, and I'll tell you if you're right. Because they thought that Nolan's parents was gonna buy that shit that he got drowned, and they could have got away with it, but it was just one thing that kept them from getting away with it. What is it? Tell me what it is, people. Come on, man. I'm depending on you. What is it? What is it? What kept them from what did they fuck up? Boom. The motherfucking phone. The phone, people. The phone. The phone. See, guys, listen. Listen. If they would have got rid of that phone, if they would have broke the phone, yeah, you can still find out what's on the phone. And guys, just so you know, you don't have to have a phone to get the information off of it. Just so you know. They can go back on your phone. Like, say you got a phone, you got different accounts from years ago. They don't care. They can get all the information. You know, sidebar, I watched a video where this lady, she got 800 years in prison. 800 years in prison, right? They didn't even have her phone, because look, what she was doing was little funny looking shit. It was her. She had a 3-year-old son, and she had a husband. What she was doing on Snapchat was people were paying her to do things with her 3-year-old son since he had been a baby. She was doing things with her 3-year-old son, the baby, and the dog on Snapchat for money. Man, they went back, because see, they don't need the phone. You can never delete anything. It's digital. They went back and looked through that phone, and they saw all the other stuff she had been selling for the last, it was either 6 or 7 years from that account. All the shit that she had been selling pictures, and they gave her 800 years for that. So you don't even need the phone, people. But if they had taken that phone, broke the phone, threw the phone in the water, they could have got away with it. Because they're like, well, you know, hey, we left him at the island. We don't know what happened. It was thousands of people out there, you know. But that phone, the phone is what did it. You should have got rid of the phone. And the fact that y'all got the phone at the judge's house, guys, I don't go nowhere without these phones. Don't nobody go nowhere without their phones. But you got to remember, Tabitha, like you said, Tabitha, they're kids. They're kids. They're kids. They don't know no better. But the judge is pulling the string. Remember that. It's the phone. So keep in mind, you got the judge. The stuff happens at her house. Nolan, man, y'all got to get him up out of here. He bleeding. Nolan could have been passing out on that boat when they leave from the dock of the judge. They're on that boat. Now all of a sudden, they panicking because they like, you hear him. Is he dead? Is he dead? No. Get up. He's dead. Bart, you're fucked up. You fucked up, Bart. Because Bart the one that hit him. It's recorded. And now y'all got a corpse on your boat. So here's the thing. We know that corpse was on that boat probably for like a day, you know, until they got done searching. So after they got done searching, see, you got to understand, people, it's pole cameras, it's ring cameras everywhere. But what it ain't no camera at is that it is in the water. You see what I'm saying? They could have easily parked that damn boat. Nolan was in that boat. When they got done searching, the police, Ledbetter, could have told him, hey, we already searched this island, man. You know, if y'all go put him on the beach, you know, it'll just look like he drowned. Guys, let me tell you something, guys. I told you, guys, I was a cop. Cops look out for each other. Trust me on that. Cops look out for each other. And the police in a small town like that, believe me when I tell you, the sheriff is going to do what the judge say. Because it's going to go from the sheriff, from the judge to the DA to the mayor. Then it's going to go to the sheriff. And they're going to fall in line. And from the sheriff, it's going to go down to the search party team and the park ranger who found him. So we'll just leave him on the beach. We already searched that. They wasn't anticipating nobody flying by and finding his body. So now everybody's got a lawyer. But see, like Lil Boosie said, this is what Lil Boosie said in the Young Dolph trial, in the Young Dolph murder. He said, man, you got 28 people. If you put 28 eggs in a crate, some of them are going to crack. And somebody's going to grow a conscience and they're going to tell what happened. For all we know, they're already doing it. But they want to keep this stuff under, mark my word, they want to keep this stuff under wraps because of the judge. The judge would be the one who got in the most trouble because you hold up responsibility. Guys, if I have an underage party in my home right now and I provide liquor, narcotics, see, you got to remember, the judge wasn't out there. This shit happens all the time. Oh, yeah, mom, can I throw a party? Sure. Man, mom in there getting drunk because they said that she came out drunk. She's drunk and told everybody to leave. That's the cover up, people. So I'm not going to play the race card on the fact of how he got deleted. I'm not going to do the race card on that. But what they're doing now with this cover up is definitely a racial thing. It's definitely a racial thing now. And it's going to cause a lot of problems, man. It's going to cause a lot of problems. It's going to be like this Carmelo Anthony thing. Because, hey, God, I'm black. Carmelo did it, and his ass should be in prison. Carmelo did it, and he should be in prison. And he told on himself on the body cam. Carmelo said he put his hands on me. He didn't say they jumped me. He said he. That means being one person. So he being one person means you took the time to go into your backpack, pull out something sharp, stick somebody, and walk away. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm the one you're looking for. It's not alleged. I'm the one who did it. You know, he shouldn't have put his hands on me. His ass deserved to be in prison. And everybody's in the uproar in the black community behind this shit. But he is exactly where he's supposed to be, in the motherfucking penitentiary. Because that's what you did. You had time. If you got time to go in your bag, you got time to walk away. And that's that. Now back to the Nolan case. Guys, that's the cover up right there in front of you. I just wanted to break that down, man. I just wanted to break that down. It's recorded. Bart is the one that killed one out here looking like complete. Okay, yeah, Bart did it. Look, Mississippi Crooked. Hey, Creole. It's a very thin line. Hey, if you see the sun at midnight, have you ever seen Mississippi Burning? See, a lot of you guys are really young, but a lot of you guys too young. But you need to go watch a movie called Mississippi Burning, and it'll let you know exactly how crooked Mississippi is, because you had two black guys and one Jewish guy, civil rights activists, going through a town in Mississippi, and they basically put them in jail for no reason, and they let them out in the middle of the night so the Ku Klux Klan could get a hold of them. And what they did was they deleted them, and they pushed their car and buried them in the river. And I don't know how many years they were under there, but long story short, somebody's wife broke years later and told where the body was at. They pulled that car out of the water, and them people was old as fucking went to prison. This was years later. Mississippi Burning, man. Y'all better watch it, because this is Mississippi all over again. Because here's what's going to happen, people. And I hate to say this. Here's what could happen. Nolan parents, oh, they finna get some money. They're getting paid. That's off. They getting paid. They're getting paid. They are going to sue. They're going to get some civil money. But don't be surprised. Do not be surprised if nobody goes to jail for this. You have to have a crime scene. You have to have a motive. You need some witnesses. So unless somebody on that boat crack, which they all got lawyers right now, and you got the judge quarterbacking it, it's over. Now, what they need to do, the feds need to come in and take over this case. Because let's just say let's say they arrest the people on the boat for shits and giggles. Let's say for shits and giggles, they arrest the people on the boat, right? That would be the judge's son. You can't have a trial here in Mississippi. You can't have a fair trial in Mississippi. Then people will skate scot-free. Which judges know judges. They know what's going on. The feds have to come in and investigate this. And they keep saying rumors, but the feds have not come in yet. So all in a nutshell, people. Guys, are y'all liking this? Hit the like button for your boy. Hit the like button for your boy, man. And I will come back on this joint every day and update y'all, or every couple days. Man, the feds need to be investigating this. And here's why. The feds need to be investigating this because the feds, they don't take sides. It just is what it is. But that's what's going on at the end of the day. That's where we're at. These are the facts. These are the facts. So all these false stories about, oh, his girlfriend did it. Oh, nah. Oh, hold up. That friend, remember I told you guys I heard an audio recording from one of his friends. His friends named off the names. He named off 3 names. I can't remember the names. Don't make me lie. I don't want to lie to y'all. He named off 3 names. He said that they jumped him and hit him with a pole. And they even said that someone urinated on him. See, these is too many details. You understand what I'm saying? But now these are kids. These are white kids at that. And I'm not a racist. I'm just saying they white. Their parents are involved. They know the judge. They got attorneys. They quarterbacking the whole thing. That's why you got an attorney. You understand what I'm saying? So why everybody's saying, let me break something else down to you guys before I get up out of here. The reason why there has not been an arrest, man, when you're dealing with murder, you're not in a hurry to arrest nobody. Hence, the Tupac murder trial, damn near 30 years later out here in Las Vegas, which I will be covering. I will be covering that Tupac trial, every day of it. Okay? There's no statute of limitations. You're never in a rush to arrest anybody for murder. You don't even want them to know that they're a suspect. Here's why. Let's say you go arrest somebody a week after this happened. They go arrest 5 people. Well, what their lawyer can do is say, I want to waive my right to a speedy trial. That means that they have to have a trial on the very next available court date. That could be next week. That next court date could be it could be Monday. The next available slot could be Friday. That means that the DA has to have their case in order by Friday to prosecute that, which they won't have. And being that they don't have it, you have a jury trial and they get found innocent. They can come out and say, yep, we did it. And this is how we did it. Because it's a thing called double jeopardy. That's why ain't nobody been arrested. So that's why I wish people would slow down and quit saying, ain't nobody been arrested today. You don't want them to be in a rush to arrest anybody. If you want it done right, guys, I was a detective as well. You want to do these things slow. Let me read some comments. Bart did it, so he needs to be in prison. Yeah, Bart did it. We all know Bart did it. 4690, Las Vegas. Shout out to New York. Okay. Yeah, they deleted that man's son. The feds. In my next video, put it like this, guys. my next live, if it's something significant that comes out between today and tomorrow, I'm going to do another live tomorrow. But if not, I'm going to do another live in like 2 days, because I want to keep you guys informed on the new stuff that's coming out. I just wanted to tap in with you guys and do a live with you to let you know, to break some things down. We all know Bart did it. See, so look, they at the party. They at the judge's house. Remember that. They get into a fight. Bart, they scrapping. Boom, 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 boom. You ain't gonna get in trouble for scrapping, but dude, let me let you know something, just so you guys ain't out there fight. Man, when you get into a fight, I'm a big dude, man. I'm a big boy, man. Armor of God, right? You get if I get into a fight and I hit somebody and their head hits the ground and they pass away, guys, I'm going to prison for manslaughter. Just so you know, involuntary manslaughter. So with the judge's house, what I can basically see happening is they got jumped, like his friend said. Bart might have been the one to take the thing and hit him. He bleeding. They're like, y'all got to get the hell up out of here. Nolan starts to go unconscious, might be convulsing, might even fell asleep. And they're like, oh shit, oh shit, what's going on? Man, is he dead? You heard him. Nolan, get up, wake up, wake up. Is he dead? Oh, he's dead. Oh, Bart, you're fucked up. Because Bart was the one who did it, guys. But the judge can't say that because it happened at their house. And it'll come out, people. It'll come out. Guys, do you have any questions? Because I told you I was going to leave y'all with a story, right? I told you I was going to leave y'all with a story, man, because I appreciate you guys staying tapped in with me. And what I appreciate more is that nobody trolled during this live. I hate the trolls. I hate the trolls. But do you guys got any questions, people, before I get up out of here? Because I'm going to tell you guys a really cool story. It's kind of funny. It's kind of sad because remember, we're talking about a body in rigor mortis. We're talking about a body in rigor mortis. And I told you I got a story for you. So if you've never been in any, well, thank you, Tabitha. Appreciate it. And I bet you are too. So look, so check this out. I always, if you guys never been in my live, I always give a story at the end of all my lives. It's going to be a story about law enforcement. Because guys, after I left law enforcement, guys, I was a hustler. And I mean, I made a lot of money. You know why? Because I knew what I shouldn't do and I knew how to move, and I made a shitload of money. And I got delivered by God 9 years ago. So guys, I done did this shit on every end of the spectrum. Legal, illegal, all that shit. Fabian, right on, Fabian. You're welcome, brother. I appreciate you guys listening. If you guys got any questions, because I'm gonna tell you a story before I get up out of here. Okay. So check this out. So listen, y'all gonna like this story. Listen. So as you know, I'm sitting at my computer desk. Look, I'm sitting at my computer desk, right? So when I was a young officer, right? When I was a young officer, we talk about rigor mortis. When I was a young officer, I was about maybe 22 years old. We came to this house to do a welfare check on this lady. Nobody has heard from her like in a couple of days. So when we get in the house, I saw the craziest shit. I swear I wish they had camera phones back then. See, that's what I like to do. When I tell when we go through traumatic stuff, I like to end my stuff with something funny, something enlightening. So I never seen nothing like this in my life. If I had a camera phone, I swear I would be viral right now, a multi-millionaire. So I see this lady sitting at the, so we go in the house, this lady's missing. It's a lady that's missing, right? Oh, amen. Listen, hold up, guy. Amen. This is my favorite tattoo. You see that? Armor of God. This is my favorite tattoo right here. Armor of God. Because you got to take God with you everywhere you go. And of course, my praying hands, because I'm blessed. And of course, I keep it 1,000, y'all. That's a real $1,000 bill, serial number and all. And of course, I'm a Scorpio. You dig? And I'm a king. I'm definitely a king of kings. Definitely a king. And I definitely get money. You dig? And I definitely use my third eye. But anyway, so I'm a young officer. This lady's missing, okay? This lady's missing. And we do a welfare check for this lady. And we go in the house, and she's sitting up here, man. She got her feet. She got her feet up on the computer like this, look. On the desk like this, look. Right? She has on a robe with nothing on. She has on a robe with nothing on, sitting at her computer desk. She has a toy. She got a toy. It was longer than this, though. It was like this long. And she had, thank you. And she had two hands on this toy, and it was sitting just like this. It was sitting just like this. And there was some porn on the computer, by the way. But she had two hands on a toy like this. Like this, look. And she was dead as a doorknob. This lady passed away at her computer desk watching some explicit movies with a double-sided toy, and she had both hands on it, and she was in rigor mortis, and she was stuck like that. Oh my God. She was stuck like that. Hey, Creole, that's what's up. I keep a lot of spiritual stuff. Thank you, Sarah. I'm kind of built. I got an 8-pack. Not bad for 49. I'll be 50 in October, Scorpio. But she passed away, guys. For real, seriously. It's funny. Like, it ain't funny because she was gone, but she had a double-sided and she had rigor mortis. So look, when you're in rigor mortis, look, guys, if you ain't never seen nobody in rigor mortis, look. Say your hand is like this in rigor mortis, right? Your hand is stuck. If I move it down like this, it's just going to keep doing this. Look. It's going to do this. If I move, and when you're in rigor mortis, if you're in rigor mortis and your arm is like this, and I move it like this, it's going to keep doing this. It gets stiff. It's going to pop back. It's going to pop back. And you stay in rigor mortis. Rigor mortis just locks your muscles up for a few hours, and then the rigor mortis releases. But she was in rigor mortis, and we couldn't get the thing up out of her. We couldn't get the thing up out of her. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't. She was stuck. Man, look, I'm gonna give y'all one more story. Let me give y'all one more story, man, before I get up out of here, man. I gotta cook dinner, y'all, because I appreciate you guys watching, man. I don't even know how many of y'all liked it. I don't know how many. Yeah, she died in her sin. Look, y'all come back next time and remind me. I'm gonna tell you about another man who died in his sin. But I'm gonna tell you one more story about. I'm tell you something before I eat dinner. Hope I don't mess up none of y'all appetite. So we will find, dead people all the time, and we found another dead person. And sometimes the coroner. That's why I know what the coroner do, because you're there with the coroner a lot. The coroner, in this case, stuck like Chuck. She was stuck. She died having a good time. So we went to this place. Right, this person was gone. And I don't remember if it was a man or a woman. I don't know who died, but they were dead. And they had some maggots on them. And so the coroner was there. And the coroner was this itty bitty Asian lady. She probably was like 4'10", probably weighed 80 pounds. And so I told you guys, when the coroner get there, they got to roll the body over. And sometimes they're going to ask the officer, can you help me? And me, I ain't with that shit. I'm like, nope, that ain't what I don't get paid to do that. And so it was maggots out there. So my friend helped her, right? My partner helped her. I hope ain't none of y'all about to eat dinner after I tell you this. So here's what happened. I told you it was maggots everywhere. And so they pulled out the body bag. And you know how you take a body bag out? You know how you take a bag out and shake it Or some of you guys have jeans, you take your jeans and you shake the jeans, Well, when my partner shook the body bag because she needed help putting the person in the body bag, when he shook the body bag, the air hit one of the maggots, and I mean, it was like slow motion, guys. I seen that maggot do this. Look, man, that maggot went right in her motherfucking mouth, man. That shit was crazy, and it went down her throat too. One of the worst things I've ever seen, man. He shook it, and it's like it was slow motion. That maggot went. That's why flies are so nasty, because flies come from dead flesh. And I've been placed. Next time when I come back, I'm gonna tell y'all about the story about the dude that was gone for 2.5 months. And make sure you, it's a trigger warning. Make sure that you probably didn't eat because it's gonna make you sick. But other than that, man, guys, I'm out of here, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the live, but I really wanted to give y'all the information. I don't like it when people put bad information out into the world. Don't be done with me. Don't be done with me. I don't like it when people put bad information out here, because at the end of the day, man, long live Nolan Wells. Long live Nolan Wells. All right? His parents need help. Man, Benjamin Crump and Al Sharpton, even Terrell Owens, punk ass up there. They just trying to get some props off somebody's death, people. That's all they doing. They're trying to get some props off. They're trying to get some props off of somebody's death at the end of the day. But man, we gonna keep it tight and right. God bless all of you guys, man. May you get to all your destinations safe. God bless you. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, guys. That's the least you can do. Other than that, man, be blessed. Don't ever get stressed. Make sure to never get finessed, and get plenty of rest. And don't let no maggots jump to your throat. Peace.